So we're continuing to read from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on chapter 14. We are hearing about the modes of nature. Krishna is speaking how the modes are entangling us and how we can easily rise above the modes by engaging in devotional service. So we'll continue reading.
Sure. So I can go first.
Please.
अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च परमातो मोह एव च तमसे एतानि जायन्ते विवर्धे कुरु नन्दन. Translation. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested. Purport by Swami Sri Bhakti Vedant Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When there is no illumination, knowledge is absent. One in the mode of ignorance does not work by a magnetic principle. He wants to act whimsically for no purpose. Even though he has the capacity to work, he makes no endeavor. This is called illusion. All the consciousness is going on, life is inactive. These are the symptoms of one in the mode of ignorance.
So what is the symptoms of ignorance?
Darkness, madness, illusion,
Yeah,
no knowledge.
no knowledge. We can see it's completely opposite of goodness, right? What are the symptoms of goodness?
Happiness and full of knowledge.
Happiness and knowledge. Yeah, maybe not full of, no, but happiness and knowledge is there. And what
Okay.
about passion?
For passion, activity,
Yeah,
a lot
why?
active.
Why is there so
Uh,
much activity?
because of the desires that
Yeah,
want to get more and more. Yeah.
that's right. It's
Mm.
too many desires, so a lot of activity.
Mm.
And here we can see ignorance, there's no activity at all. You know,
Mm.
there's laziness, madness, illusion, whimsical. So in goodness, one is mostly satisfied. Passion, there is no satisfaction. There's a desire for more and more. And ignorance is like complete madness. Even if he's making any endeavor, he's making wrongful endeavor, engaging in wrongful activities. Okay, let's go on there.
Should I go?
Yeah.
Okay. Yada sattva pravade tu pralayam yati deha bhrat tada vidvam lokan amalan pratipadate. Translation. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planet of the great sages. Perpetuate by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One in goodness attains higher planetary system like Brahmaloka or Janaloka, and there enjoy godly happiness. The word Amalan is significant. It means free from the modes of passion and oh, free from the mode of passion and ignorance. There are impurities in the material world, but the mode of goodness is the purest form of existence in the material world. Hari bol. There are different kinds of planet for different kinds of living entities. Those who dies in the mode of great sages and great devotees lives. Hari bol.
Yeah, so we can see how dying in the different modes is going to lead us to different destinations.
Yeah.
So, what's the destination of someone who's dying in the mode of goodness?
Lives with the great sage and live with the great devotee.
Yeah, the great sages, they are great devotees. So, in the planets, upper planets, higher planets, like Janalok, Brahmalok, here, Prabhupada, those are the high, Brahmalok is the highest planet in this material world. That's the planet where Lord Brahma lives. Janalok is where all the great sages live. So over there, there is no modes of passion and ignorance, is goodness, although it's material goodness, not pure goodness, still within the material world. But because one has cultivated the mode of goodness, then he's allowed to stay with the other persons who are in the similar mode. It gets easier, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Mm.
And then where does this Swarga Loka will be? It is below Jana Loka or it is above Brahma Loka?
No, it's below. Swargaloka is
Below.
below. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the
Okay.
demigods live. So there is the earthly planets. Then above the earthly planets is the Swarglok. Then above Swarglok are the Maharlok, Tapalok, Janalok, Brahmalok, like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
there's even higher planets than the Swarglok
Oh,
in the material world. Yeah. Okay.
good.
Then let's read on.
Okay. Rajasi pralayam gatva karma sangisu jayate tata pralinas tamshi mudhuva yonishu jayate. Translation: when one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. And when one dies in mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom. Oh, okay. Purport wise divine grace, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Some people have the impression that when the soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down again. Some people have the impression that when the soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down again. Okay, this is incorrect. Haribol. According to this verse, if one develop the mode of ignorance after his death, he is degraded to an animal form of life. From there, one has to again elevate himself by an evolutionary process to come again to the human form of life. Hare Krishna. Therefore, those who are actually serious about human life should take to the mode of goodness. And in good association, transcendent to the mode and transcend the mode. And in good association, transcend the modes and become situated in Krishna consciousness. Okay, okay. This is the aim of human life. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the human being will again attain to the human status. Hari Bol.
So, what happens if one dies in the mode of passion? Where does he take birth?
Mode of passion? Yeah, yeah. He will get back to the fruitative activities.
Yeah, so he'll be born again as a human being. Fruit effects, you know, in the earthly planets, mode of passion, because there's so much desire for activity, karma.
Mm.
So he's again going to be born in human beings and in ignorance. When dies in ignorance, where will he take
Become
birth?
animal.
Yeah, animal. So we may think, oh, it's guaranteed if I take I'm human being in this birth. Next birth I will be guaranteed human being. No, it
Mhm.
depends how the modes are acting on us and how we are developing the modes. You see,
Yes.
from the mode of passion, it's very easy to come down to ignorance. Mostly that's what happens because there's so much activity, so much desire.
Yes.
Then person gets maybe like kind of burnt out or frustrated or so it's easy to go down to ignorance. And then if one comes into ignorance, then we are going to the animal, gonna become an animal in the next life. Then again, 8,400,000 species of life, like a evolution, then again will come to human life after such a long time. And so that's why the scriptures are telling us that you are in this human life right now. Take advantage of it. Cultivate the mode of goodness. And
Yeah.
then cultivate the mode of goodness and associate with the devotees. And in the association of devotees, engage in Krishna consciousness. And in that way, when one is Krishna conscious, then one rises above the modes, transcends the modes. Yeah. So this
And that,
is that's why Krishna is giving us this information of the modes so that we can rise above the modes. Devotional service is above the modes. The pure devotee, the pure devotee, he is not bound by the modes of nature. He's above the modes.
yes, and that's why Srila Prabhupada always emphasize on the one thing कि मनुष्य जीवन मिलना मुश्किल है, and it is very important. Here it reveals that, yeah, why it is important. If we don't take it as a seriously, whatever desire it will be, will go back to either mode of passion or we will go back to the animal planet if we are in ignorance mode. And again, we have to come evolve to the human. So again, it will, yeah. So here one
Yeah,
concept get clears. Thank you.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Thank you so much.
Chinam, you wanted to say anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, Neha said she can't read. She's gonna hear only.
Hmm.
So, you wanna read,
I can.
please? Okay.
Sure. कर्मणा सुकृतस्याहु सात्विकं निर्मलं फलं रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम् अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The result of pious action is pure and is said to be in the mode of goodness. But action done in the mode of passion results in misery, and action performed in the mode of ignorance results in foolishness. Purport. The result of pious activities in the mode of goodness is pure. Therefore, the sages who are free from all illusion are situated in happiness. But activities in the mode of passion are simply miserable. Any activity for material happiness is bound to be defeated. If, for example, one wants to have a skyscraper, so much human misery has to be undergone before a big skyscraper can be built. The financier has to take much trouble to earn a mass of wealth, and those who are slaving to construct the building have to render physical toil. The miseries are there. Thus, Bhagavad Gita says that in any activity performed under the spell of the mode of passion, there is definitely great misery. There may be a little so called mental happiness. I have this house or this money. But this is not actual happiness. As far as mode of ignorance is concerned, the performer is without knowledge. And therefore, all his activities result in present misery, and afterwards, he will go on toward animal life. Animal life is always miserable. Although, under the spell of the illusory energy Maya, the animals do not understand this. Slaughtering poor animals is also due to the mode of ignorance. The animal killers do not know that in the future the animal will have a body suitable to kill them. That is the law of nature. In human society, if one kills a man, he has to be hanged. That is the law of the state. Because of ignorance, people do not perceive that there is a complete state controlled by the Supreme Lord. Every living creature is a son of the Supreme Lord, and he does not tolerate even an ant's being killed. One has to pay for it. So, indulgence in animal killing for the taste of the tongue is the grossest kind of ignorance. A human being has no need to kill animals because God has supplied so many nice things. If one indulges in meat eating anyway, it is to be understood that he is acting in ignorance and is making his future very dark. Of all kinds of animal killing, the killing of cows is most vicious because the cow gives us all kinds of pleasure by supplying milk. Cow slaughter is an act of the grossest type of ignorance. In the Vedic literature, Rig Ved 9.46.4, the words Gobihi Pranita Matsaram indicate that one who, being fully satisfied by milk, is desirous of killing the cow is in the grossest ignorance. There is also prayer in the Vedic literature that states Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. My lord, you are the well wisher of the cows and the Brahmanas, and you are the well wisher of the entire human society and world. Vishnu Puran 1.19.65. The purport is that special mention is given in that prayer for the protection of the cows and the Brahmanas. Brahmanas are the symbol of spiritual education, and cows are the symbol of the most valuable food. These two living creatures, the Brahmanas and the cows, must be given all protection. That is real advancement of civilization. In modern human society, spiritual knowledge is neglected and cow killing is encouraged. It is to be understood then that human society is advancing in the wrong direction and is clearly clearing the path to its own condemnation. A civilization which guides the citizens to become animals in their next lives is certainly not a human civilization. The present human civilization is, of course, grossly misled by the modes of passion and ignorance. It is a very dangerous age, and all nations should take care to provide the easiest process, Krishna consciousness, to save humanity from the greatest danger.
So here, uh, let's see. What Krishna is saying, what is the result? What happens when one is acting in goodness, passion, and ignorance?
Mm, Acting in it will for the mode of goodness, it will result in uh, pure action. The result of
Purity.
pious action, yeah, purity.
Mm.
Uh, but action done in the mode of passion results in misery, and in ignorance, it results in foolishness.
Yeah, yeah. Actions and foolishness.
Mm,
So, because goodness, if one cultivates goodness and then from there on, already by goodness, one is doing pious activity, right? So, one is getting punya karma, even if he's not engaged in devotional service. But because he's generally in the mode of goodness, his reactions are going to be pure because he's acting purely, he's acting righteously, right?
mm,
So, his reactions, he's going to get good reactions because he's acting in a good way. And then what happens when one acts in passion?
Resulting in misery.
Yeah, why is that?
Because when someone desires something, they definitely put some efforts, and that efforts results in you know kind of tension we go through
Yeah,
and all of the things. Yeah, kind of mental, it doesn't bring mental peace. There is a
yeah,
mental disturbance when we are more towards mode of passion.
yeah. And
Mm,
there's so much endeavor because there's so much desire, there's so much activity.
mm,
So with so much activity, there is,
mm,
so much trouble.
mm.
There's a lot of trouble involved. And what about
Yes,
ignorance?
Hare
that is
Krishna
like
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
And when it comes to the miseries, mode of passion. Could you please elaborate it in more detail? Like, by example, what is the misery? The term, like, I have, I don't have the good feeling. Like, what is misery? Basically, what is misery?
The trouble, like for example, here Prabhupada is giving example. Somebody wants to build a skyscraper. So it's not easy to build a skyscraper. How many people are involved? So many people have to put so much efforts. The financer has to take so much trouble to get the money. He will have so much tension of the finance. Then there is the construction workers. They are, working, putting brick by brick. So much physical effort has to be put. So much effort being put. And those efforts are not very easy efforts, actually. So they will bring misery.
Okay.
Right? It's not like it's not that, okay, I just want a skyscraper and then I just snap my fingers and the skyscraper is there. So
Uh-huh.
everything has so much effort to put, and that effort brings a lot of misery. We may not realize it. Like how the scriptures tell us that, oh, we are suffering in the material world. But we may say, suffering? What do you mean suffering? I'm not suffering, I'm enjoying.
Hmm.
We don't even
Mm,
realize that we are suffering.
yeah. I think uh, I can relate to one example here. Just I guess Prabhupada mentioned in this verse only about money and house, right? So in case I just want to give this example because I can relate to this more in this mode of passion and how it brings misery. Like many people want to have their own house, right? So once they have the desire to own their house, and then after that they have to go and look at the house, do some inspections multiple times, many times, and then they have to decide. Okay, then they have to get the loan from the bank, and then they are always in a worry. Obviously, if they get loan or no, that is an one tension, right?
Oh, okay,
After
okay.
that, another thing is whether, let's say, if they get the loan for 20, 30 years, after that, then they are worried about losing their job. What if they don't have the job in future? So they are like kind of bind with that desire
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they have installments, they have so many things, so many bills and utilities to pay every month that they cannot, uh, it brings misery just having a house. Just
Yeah,
that desire, it brought so much of misery.
yeah, yeah.
This
Get
is
it.
for like normal people, working people.
Yeah, but it's for everyone actually. Not only, I mean, anyone,
Yeah,
everyone. It's
yes,
on
yes.
all the levels. For one, it could be a house. For somebody, it's like a factory. For somebody, it's like
Yeah, yeah, that's
you know,
true. That's true.
it's at all
Yes.
levels
Hmm.
that this kind of misery is there. Because we
Yeah.
have a certain desire, then to fulfill that desire, we work hard. Once that desire is fulfilled, to maintain that result, also we have to
Hmm. Right.
work hard. And always we are worried, as you said, it's true. It's very, very good example. Everyone's worried then how to maintain it, how to take care of it.
And then we have a family, then we are worried if we lose our job, then we cannot take care of our family, and how we will pay the loan.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's true.
yeah, so that's what passion. Even in everything, even when we want to do something like better at our work, until unless we are really in love and at peace with our work, if we are more passionate about money, then we are putting more and more efforts to do good. And if the result, because we are focusing on the result, right? Because our desire is to get promotion. Until unless we get promotion, we will we will keep on worrying, and we will try every other way that we can,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Even if, yeah. So I think that's how, maybe
No, no, it's
because
right.
I'm
This
working. Yeah.
It's a very good example. So see, everyone is working at their own different level, right?
Yes, right.
You know,
Yes.
each one is working at their own level, and then each one is going to face similar kind of miseries.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even I think sometimes the mode of passion also, pushes us to the mode of ignorance.
Yes.
If we cannot fulfill our desires, then automatically, we adopt some way, like which is unethical way, you can say, to fulfill our desires,
Yeah.
which
It's
is mode of ignorance. Mm.
yeah. That's true.
Mataji, here comes one question.
Mm.
So why it is like that when we are in mode of passion, we keep hankering on mode on passion, or we fell down to mode of ignorance. But when we are in the mode of goodness, we always feel good, and we try our better and better, and like try to do Satugun, like try to do the bhakti or japa, or so why does this happens? Like जब हम सद्गुण में रहते हैं तो सद्गुण का भाव माइंड सब कुछ उसी तरह का करने का इच्छा होता है, लेकिन जो पैशन में जाते हैं, पैशन से एसोसिएट हो जाते हैं तो वही करने का होता है। ऐसा नहीं हो सकता क्या कि सिर्फ सतोगुण में ही हमेशा रहा जाए?
इसके लिए है, इसको मटेरियल गुडनेस कहते हैं ना। दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड मटेरियल गुडनेस, क्योंकि वो कभी हम थोड़े टाइम के लिए सत्वगुण में रहते हैं, फिर वापस रजोगुण आ जाता है, फिर तमोगुण। तो अभी हमेशा सत्वगुण में कैसे रहने का, जब हम भक्ति करेंगे।
ओके।
तो व्हेन वी डू भक्ति, then gradually we can come to the rise state of Vasudev, right? The Shuddha Sattva. It's gradual, not easy to come there. It's not easy to transcend the modes. But once one understands, I'm servant of Krishna, I have to do bhakti. Then immediately he transcends the modes. He's always serving Krishna then.
ओके।
And then his center is Krishna. फिर उनका center point कृष्णा है भक्त का। तो फिर वो जो भी कर रहे हैं कृष्णा की खुशी के लिए कर रहे हैं।
या या
Yeah, just for this point, I would like to share just my recent experience. When I was in Taiwan, and just last week I came here in Australia. So in Taiwan, I was like doing a little bit of sadhana, and my mind was kind of satisfied and at peace. So since the time I have come here, and I'm looking around, people, they are like, they're after, they want house, they want, more income. So it's kind of, mode of passion is more here in Australia, than I felt back in Taiwan also. Right? Because people, even my sister, she wants to buy her own house now. So that's what I have observed. So also in me, what I have felt from the last week is like that mode of passion was dormant in me. Dormant means thoda, how, what is the Hindi word for dormant? Thoda मतलब दबा हुआ था. So associating with these people, my sister and her friends, so it वो जग गया दोबारा, right? The mode of passion. So I think it's all about association, and I also started feeling okay, I should also think about this and do this, something like that. Although I'm this is what I'm observing since last few days.
Yeah, that's an association. The
Yes.
not enough can be said about the power of association, right? Of associating with the
Yes.
devotees.
Hmm.
Then that helps. That's the force that can help us. Because we have
Hmm.
no strength of our own.
Exactly.
But when we associate with the devotees, then it's their mercy, their strength that we can engage in some service.
Exactly. So actually, from the last few days, I feel that the association of devotees is a very, very strong thing. So I realized that I need to associate more with the devotees.
Mm, very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. In Australia, there are also
Hmm.
there's temple also there.
Yes, I went there today only, but it was closed the time I
Ah,
went there. So I just could do Danvat Pranam to Prabhupada, and the temple was actually closed.
ah,
Like the uh,
the darshan.
curtains were yeah. I couldn't do the darshan. So it's okay. I'm going to India. I guess that would be fine.
Yeah, that's
Because
fine.
there's God Purnima, right? So, and I'm going to Lucknow. There is a Bhagavatam Katha there by one of the senior and pure devotee there. So that is actually my main reason to go to India, so that I
Ah,
can, join that God Purnima festival for few days.
very good.
So yeah, that's why I'm kind of satisfied. But I think it's a good experience when you observe things associating with different people. After I have started reading Bhagavad Gita.
Hmm,
Mm. So yeah.
nice. It's good that you're able to analyze this.
Mm.
You're able to actually see it then, right?
Yes.
Very good.
And maybe
Mm.
that's why Mataji, uh, Prabhupada ji always say that association, association, association.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I've totally understand.
And also,
Yeah.
you know what happens sometimes? Well, also from personal experience, when we are by ourselves and when
Mm.
we can do sadhana nicely, then we feel, okay, I have a certain level right now. You know, how new beginner, so I'm a
Mhm.
beginner, so I may think like that. But then when I go into the real world, I'm like, no, I don't think I'm anywhere, you know.
Yes,
You
Mataji.
know, it's
Yes.
like Krishna also putting us in our place. At least I can say for myself that, oh, Krishna makes us realize, okay, you
And
know,
that's true. We
you know. So yeah, different ways to look at it. Anyway,
and
thank
it's like self check हो
self
जाता है.
check. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Mataji. That's good.
But yeah, good. You're gonna get good association soon, so that's very good. So
Yeah, that is a hope for me. कहते
very
हैं ना उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है. That is
Umid.
that is what I'm waiting for.
Wonderful. Very good.
Mm.
Very good. Okay, we'll stop here. Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
Mataji.
Mm.
Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada
Jai,
ki jai, Gaur
jai,
Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare
jai.